2 years ago, I purchased a new pellet smoker. So I went out and got the ThermoPro TP20. After reading all the reviews, looked like a great value. I've been extremely happy with it. It does come with 2 probes, the transmitter and receiver. Great unit, but recently ThermoPro came out with a TP27. A little bit different design, some extra features, and it's a 4 probe setup. So we're going to unbox this, get a look at it, see what we think in comparison to the TP20. Got a real good deal on Amazon with this, so we're going to find out. We'll be right back. Right out of the gate, in looking at the packaging, we can see a few differences here. This is the receiver, this is the transmitter, obviously has the 4 probes. This has a 500-foot range where the TP20 has a 300-foot range. 300 feet range has been plenty for me since I've owned it, but it'll be nice to have the little extra coverage. So let's get this out of the box, see what we got going. Looks like they provided a set of instructions. Oh, and lots of customer service numbers should you have any issues. Pretty good job packaging. Like we said, we've got the receiver, the transmitter, and 4 probes. So we're gonna get these out of here, get a look at this real quick. Now this came with 2 clips, which is kind of nice. You'll be able to do 2 great temperatures, 2 on the meat settings. Right out of the gate, we notice a couple of things with this. This is the transmitter for the TP20. Large size difference, big size difference. This has a stand, or it can be hung. I usually hang it from the hopper. This one has a hook, if you have something small enough for that hook on your grill, or a magnetic back. That's a very nice feature. Less apt to knock it off there. It's not going to be in the way. The first thing that really jumps out at me on this is with the TP20, all your settings are done on the receiver. It has a setting for the mode, tell you which probe you're on. It also has a setting for meat. So you can select the type of meat that you're cooking, beef, ground beef, chicken, and it gives you an automatic default range that it's going to be set at. Then you can adjust that setting from that point. With the TP27, what I'm seeing here is that it does not give you a meat setting, but it does give you a probe setting with a high and a low. It's kind of nice. I kind of like being able to know what the default was on this. This defaults at 160 and you adjust it from that point. By changing the probe setting, you can set your probes for whatever probe you want to read. They are color coded, which is nice. By opening the grill, check the color, match it to the transmitter. Very nice. Now the other thing I'm noticing, this is a much smaller unit on the receiver than we have here. This feels real good in my hand, nice and big. My old eyes can see that a little nicer. But this definitely is nice, small, clip for the belt, also a magnet on there. You'll notice that it has a backlit program, just a touch sensor, not even a button. We can change this mode on this to silent, vibration, or alarm. It's kind of nice to be able to put that on silent when you're cooking so that once it reaches the temp or drops below the temp, it's not going to continue beeping until you get up and set it again. Very, very nice features. The ThermoPro TP20 has been very accurate. I'm hoping to get the same kind of results out of this. Another feature I notice on this is it has a resync button on the transmitter and the receiver. With this, if it ever gets out of sync, happened a couple times, had to take the batteries out, plug it back in, and it resyncs with the transmitter. This is a very nice feature to be able to sync it up from that point. So I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty accurate temperature reading on these. We're going to go ahead and do a couple of tests and see how it fares. Okay, so we've got our ice bath prepared. I just took a reading with the TP20. By putting that probe in this water and moving it around in the ice bath, the lowest I could get this to register was 34. Now they say it has a plus or minus 2 degrees. So I guess that's all right at 34. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the TP27, get that in the water, keep it moving around. I noticed on the TP20 it took it quite a while to get to where we wanted to see the reading. It kept dropping a little bit. This goes right away. We're down to 31 degrees, 30.9. I'd say that's pretty accurate. We'll see what happens. We'll give it another second here. Yeah, it's hovering right at 31 degrees. And again, plus or minus 1 degree is not the end of my world. There we are at 32. So I would say that right out of the box, the TP27 is much more accurate than my TP20 was. This has always served me well, but it's nice to know this is going to be a little bit closer. So after going through and looking at the features and comparing the TP20 to the TP27, I'm actually leaning towards the TP27 for the few extra features. The silent vibration and alarm is a great feature. Got to admit though, I did like having a default setting for the type of meat you're cooking and adjusting your temperature from there, as opposed to a default at 160 and having to adjust it. Other than that, both great units, but I got to give it to the TP27. What they changed is definitely worth it. Full transparency, guys, I was not given these units. I purchased both of them. I'm not here to promote anyone's products. Simply want to give you my opinion on the comparison between the TP20 and the TP27. One extra footnote to this, guys. When I purchased my TP20, I bought a case from Caseling. It served me very well. You're able to put the receiver, the transmitter, and the probes in the case for very safe storage. You know, the more you jostle these things, the less accurate they're going to be. So that was a really nice add-on to the TP20. When I went looking for the case for the TP27, I really didn't find one other than on Amazon. They didn't list the TP27 as a model to fit that case. However, when I got it, it did say that they recommended it for the TP27. So we'll get a look at that. Very nice case, much bigger, go along with the difference in size of the receiver and transmitter. Now what I found on this is that the units do fit in there, but you have to really push on that foam to get it to set down in there. Once it's in there, it does work nicely. So we got a nice safe spot to keep those. You're able to get 2 of the probes in next to this, but it looks like we're going to have to put the other 2 probes up here. It's got lots of room. We can put our clips in there also, and that's going to give me a nice safe way to store this. I hope you found this useful and can take away a few things from this video. If you're thinking about purchasing ThermoPro products, great products. They've been good to me, guys. The TP20 is an awesome unit. The edge goes to the TP27 though, just for the extra features, the extra probes, the extra range. If you're looking for an insta-read, this is the TP18. I have been extremely happy with this. Very nice unit, fairly accurate. If you're on Twitter, guys, be sure and check out @ThisGrillLife, the greatest group of people you're going to find on any social media platform. Always helpful, extremely knowledgeable. If you're just getting into grilling, they're always there to help you and support you. If you're a pit master, come and join us and share your skills with us. And always remember, guys, barbecue. it's a lifestyle, not a season.